Hi Cancer, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your May 2017 month ahead reading. So we're going to see what's coming in for April for the zodiac sign of Cancer. So we're using my beautiful, I've got about 10 packs of this, the Rider-Waite Tarot deck by 80 Weight. Love, this is my favourite out of all of them. I think most people prefer this. Okay, and I've got about 10. The problem is when you buy, you can end up with loads of these because you carry on using up your pack, and then, you know, it starts off being lovely and shiny and clean like this, and the more that you use it, the more it just gets scuffled, so you end up buying a new pack. So yeah, I'm using these today. I always use Rider-Waite anyway, or cards that are kind of derivative of that. And you've also got your Angel Answers deck for an advice card afterwards. Okay, Cancerians, so we're going to see what's coming in for May. Universe Spirit, show me what's coming in for Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer in the month of May 2017. Show me what's coming in for the zodiac sign of Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer in the month of May 2017. What's coming in for the zodiac sign of Cancer? Show me the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of May 2017. Show me. Right, so I've shuffled the deck, Cancerians. I'm going to split into three, collect it back, and as I say, I always do the first sort of layer, which is 10 cards, and then I add to the cards. Right. Okay. Right. Right, and you're showing up as Queen of Cups here as well, which is nice. Okay. Right, so I always start at the place where it makes most sense in a reading to start, Cancerians. And I feel that the month of May is a very, very good month for you guys. I feel that you're worried a little bit because there does seem to be some form of a significant change that might be taking place for some of you guys in the month of May 2017, Cancerians. And we start with the you now position. I think we'll start here. We've got the star. So this is you guys. Dreams are coming true. Wishes are being fulfilled. But also the star can mean that you're the star. You're standing out. Or it can mean that you've entered a time of cleansing. There's been some form of a relief or a release. So we can say with this card, perhaps within your, external factors, how you guys are seeing or approaching or how you're feeling about a situation is the star. Some of you guys might have gone through a period of cleansing where you're now healing. The star is also very much about healing. Some of you guys might be feeling that you are the star, that you're in a position where you stand out, where people recognise you for your skills, for your talents. Some of you guys might be finding that, you're looking at wishes being fulfilled. But I think that because you are actually the star card here and you're naked and you're pouring away a lot of water here, I think it's a time of cleansing. And I feel that, the star card is one of those cards that a lot of people or a lot of readers probably wouldn't associate with an ending. But in a way it is about an ending, because especially if you have completed a point within your life, Cancerians, where you have cleansed or where you've healed, then we can say that you've probably come to at the end of a fairly tumultuous time maybe within your life, Cancerians, and this is where you are healing now. This is where you're washing away every bit of debris that kind of, made you feel negative or made a situation not very nice for you to endure. So I feel there's, there is a sense of healing, there's a sense of, also the star is interesting because there's a naked lady on here. So this person isn't awkward within her nakedness. It's almost like you've accepted a situation here. And it's almost like with the star card, looking at this lady here and she's pouring away water, it's almost like you've been born again. So I'm getting the impression that there's a lot of energy around here that says you're being born again. We've also got 2 wish cards in this reading, which is very, very good for you guys in the month of May 2017. It's a lovely energy that you guys are facing here. The reason for this, so the root issue seems to be the Knight of Cups. So if you guys might be following a passion, it is cups again, it's water, it might be you. Usually Knight of Cups is a Pisces individual though, but it doesn't matter because it's cups, it could be you. Some of you guys, the root issue could be where you're following a dream. For some of you guys, it might be that you're actually travelling. Knight of Cups can be a travel card. For some of you guys, it might be a new relationship or somebody has expressed how they feel. For some of you guys, it might be a proposal or an offer with this particular Knight of Cups. As a result of this, in the present situation, the focus for the month will be on the Fool. So this is you guys stepping into something new in the month of May 2017. It's about taking a leap of faith. Some of you guys, it could be travel again. Knight of Cups and Fool can both be travel cards within the tarot. Let's go back. You guys are in a very, very lucky position, and you know that you are. Some of you guys are being recognised. Some of you guys have gone through a healing period. You're actually healing over something here. Some of you guys are accepting a situation here. And some of you guys literally feel like you're being born again. That's because you might be following your dreams. Some of you guys, you might be travelling. Some of you guys might have been made a proposal in whatever capacity that takes. Love, work, whatever the situation might be. And as a result of that, you've got the Fool card, which says you're taking a leap of faith. You're going for something here, okay? The Fool card is lovely because the Fool card is not about intelligence. The Fool card is about fearlessness, and it's simply about going with whatever your passions are, or just going with whatever you feel is the right thing to do. It's an instantaneous card, so really it's about, a lot of the time, I'm just going to do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway is the Fool card. So I feel that there is literally an opportunity or something new. There's definitely something new some of you guys are stepping into, because you've got this Fool as being the focus for the month. Now, as a result of that root issue for the month being an offer, or following your dreams, or, you know, there's a proposal coming in, or maybe travel, you've got, as a result of that, Death. Huge change, massive change, another card that heralds a new beginning. Death is the final cycle card. So you get certain cards within the tarot that represent a final cycle. Cards like Death, Tower is another one of those particular cards. Wheel of Fortune, not so much, because Wheel of Fortune for me isn't about, you know, it can be about a significant change for the better, but it can be that, you know, something changes 1 minute, but then it can quickly change another. So it's about that's very much cyclical, but cyclical goes round and round and round. Whereas with the Death card, it's a cycle of change and its finality before you enter into something new. There's a transition going on here. So as a result of this Knight of Cups, could be a proposal. I'm not saying it's romantic. I'm saying in whatever capacity that this takes for you, Cancer, could herald a new beginning with the Death card, a transformation going on within your life, and it's pretty big when you get Death. The help for the month is the Ten of Wands, but it could be your challenge, all right? The problem is with the Ten of Wands, I would see this as a help because it's a 10. When you get cards between 7 and 10, Cancerians, what this means is that you're at the ending of a cycle now, and it's the 10. So the 10 is saying that there is completion on a situation. The help might be that if some of you guys in the you now position, you're cleansing, you're healing in a situation, it could simply mean that the help is that you're at the end of a very, very stressful stage. So some of you guys might be at the very end of a stressful stage here, and the you now situation seems to be showing that you're healing over this. However, some of you guys might be finding it difficult to go through this transformation with the Ten of Wands, because the 10 means that you're at the end of something, but you're pushing forward towards a goal. Very, very difficult, but you're nearly there. So the challenge might be literally kind of making that transition, because the best case scenario within the month of May 2017, Cancerians, is the worry card, 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords shows up, and the 9 of Swords is a card that says, well, I'm worried. I'm nervous. Well, what are you nervous about? Well, the focus for the month is about stepping into something new. There's a new opportunity that will be the focus for the whole of May. But the best case scenario is you haven't really settled into it because you've got the 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords is saying within the first 2 weeks of May 2017, you guys are still kind of worrying about this. You've got this proposal here being the root issue. The focus for the month is stepping into this. But the crowning area says that I'm a little bit worried. We're going to get a pairing card and see exactly what this is that you're worried about. The second 2 weeks of May, though it's very different energy, it's lovely. The 9 of Cups sees satisfaction, and this is you guys. 9 of Cups shows to be contented, and it shows something that has come to fruition. It shows an achievement and feeling proud of an achievement when you get the 9 of Cups. So I feel that you guys, even though it seems to me that you're worried here, it might be that you're worried simply because this is like the ending of a phase and the beginning of a new one. So there might be some worry going on here. But I think that the second 2 weeks of May is very different, and this kind of sees you guys saying, oh, well, you know what, actually, I don't feel too bad now. I feel kind of good about this situation. What you'll experience is yourselves. Queen of Cups is a Cancer individual usually. So this is you guys. And I feel that this is more about becoming more emotionally stable within your new surroundings. So I feel that, you know, the Queen of Cups can be difficult to explain as well, because this is about someone who does a lot of thinking. But she is thinking in terms of emotional knowledge. So it's not a Queen of Swords. And you've got Queen of Swords, funnily enough, as your outcome card here. Alright, but I feel that this is more about you guys becoming more emotionally stable with whatever this situation is. So I feel that your focus is very much on finding that emotional stability within the month of May 2017. Your hopes are the Magician, and that is to start manifesting and doing great things within your life in the month of May as a result of whatever this situation is. And the outcome shows the Queen of Swords. My only problem is, and I don't want to jump back and forth because you're in a good position here. Nine of Cups shows you're in a really good position in the second 2 weeks of May, Cancer. So why would we go back to? Two cards, two Queens in the Tarot can show very depressed energy. Queen of Cups is one and Queen of Swords is the other. Alright, but I don't think it's that, because we've got this Queen of Cups where I feel that you're just finding your feet emotionally within this situation, and as a result of that I feel you get kind of hard ass with yourself. Your complete focus is on this new beginning, this new thing that some of you guys are entering into. So there's no time. I mean, you can see here, usually with the Celtic cross, what I would do is the immediate future and the overall outcome of that immediate future is the Queen of Swords. So the immediate future shows a really happy scene. Somebody is very, very self-satisfied, and this is you guys. Okay, this is Cups, your water energy. So I feel that this is you guys who are really satisfied. Yeah, you've been through a time of some worry here. It might be even somebody else around you that's upset, we'll see. But, you know, there's some worry going on here, the best case scenario. But I feel that, you know, after that, you kind of settle down, you're kind of feeling very proud of yourselves. And as a result of that, the overall outcome is the need to completely mentally focus. Could be that you're worried about certain people. Maybe you're leaving certain people behind. But I feel that the Queen of Swords is one of those hard-ass people who says, you know what, actually, I might have been upset about leaving something behind, but it's within my best interest that I pursue this new beginning. So whatever this is, you're pursuing it and you're completely focusing on it. And I feel that you're kind of coming out of that area of feeling a little bit of sadness maybe, you know, or feeling a little bit of, you know, loss maybe with this Nine of Swords. And I feel you kind of get it together by the end of May. We're going to get some pairing cards together here, Cancerians. So we're going to see what... when I do the pairing cards, I really clarifiers. Now, clarifiers for me, it can either be that the card I pick now with the one that you've just seen will explain why we've got the first card, or it will add to it, so it will give me a sentence, okay? So we'll see what's coming up with the Star. Well, you've got the Seven of Cups, and the problem is for me, the Star and the Seven of Cups can be very much an illusion thing going on here. I feel that you're very focused on dreams, and the Seven of Cups is a card about dreams, and it's also a card about wishful thinking. So I feel the you now position energy shows, and it's Cups again here. So this is you guys focusing on some dreams that you've got here. You've got some choices to make potentially here, but I think that you've got a dream here. And I feel with the Star card, there's a lot of kind of hope for that, because the Star card now becomes for me a card of hope and faith, okay? In terms of some dreams that you've got potentially in the month of May 2017. It could also be with the Star. The Star, I've never really looked at the Star as being a manifestation card. I always see the Nine of Cups as being the card that shows that something's manifested. The Star for me is more about wishing on a star. And also, you know, if you look at pairing cards or clarifiers, if it's hard to work out how one influences the other, we could say, you know, because of this, you've got a lot of dreams with the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of wishful thinking going on here with the there's a lot of hopes that you have with the Star, but it was saying the same thing together, you know. You've got a lot of hope, and it could be because, you know, Seven of Cups, there's a lot of wishes that you've got, a lot of dreams, there's a lot of, you know, fantasizing going on for the future, that type of thing. I think both energies for me don't represent this Star and Seven of Cups. Feels very wishy-washy to me at the moment, you guys in the month of May. I feel that your energy is that you want something, you're dreaming about having something. These both energies, the Star and the Seven of Cups for me, don't say that something is manifesting as yet. It's saying that you have a dream for something to happen here. And that's leading you to the present being the Fool in the present situation. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, we've got the Fool and the Tower, two majors together, and they're very, very different. They're very different. I get the feeling that something is eradicated here. Now, the Fool card can mean opportunities. The Fool card can also mean, you know, taking a leap of faith. But the Fool card can also mean that you have a fairly naive view of a particular situation. And I feel that this is kind of eradicated. You got a lot of, the thing is, what's coming through to me, Cancer, with this reading is the wishy-washiness so far of some of these energies. Now, the first reading that I did, the first layer will resonate with some of you guys. The reason why I picked secondary cards and open up the reading is because sometimes things can change and we get a little bit more depth. So it can mean, yes, the first reading, the first layer of cards really does resonate with some of you guys. The second layer of cards, you know, that go with this, it might resonate more with some of you, and it might change the reading up just a little bit. So for me, the Star and the Seven of Cups, you know, this is, both cards symbolise wishes and daydreaming and hopes and, you know, dreams and all of that good stuff, but they're not, it's not solid energy for me with both cards. So to me, something is still kind of up in the sky. And also the Star can mean that something is out of reach. So it might mean that, you know, with these two cards, it might be for some of you guys that you feel something is out of reach, because the Star can mean for something to be out of reach, and the Seven of Cups often means things that are on a cloud and they're not in reach at the moment. So I feel for some of you guys now, the second reading is saying that, you know, some of you guys, you might have all these wishes and desires and that type of thing, because the Seven of Cups is also a card about desire. But it could be with both cards here that you feel that something is a little bit kind of at an epistemic distance from you. Something might be a little bit out of reach here. I don't see working towards something here, though. This is the funny thing. Both cards don't represent working towards anything for me with the Star. They're more about, I would like to have this, or I'm visualising having this. So for me, both cards represent somebody who's visualising, somebody who's daydreaming, somebody who might feel that something's out of reach, so they do a lot of kind of fantasising about a situation here. But I don't see you guys working towards something here. I see this as more being kind of like a daydream or a visualisation, that type of thing. So I feel that you're very much in a visualisation state in the month of May 2017 for some of you guys, which is why, as a result of this, I feel that, you know, there is a breakdown of the naivety factor, because you've got this Fool card, and the Fool is the card where it says, you know, we can read the Fool in many ways. It can mean that you're being a fool. It can mean that you're not looking at things from a mature perspective. It can mean that you're not seeing the greater picture. You're just kind of like, oh, that seems great. Yeah, wouldn't it be wonderful? I'd love to go for that. But I feel with the Tower, it almost breaks apart this kind of naivety that I'm seeing here. Not so much naivety, but it's almost like you're not doing something about a situation, Cancerians. You're kind of looking at the situation, and it's from a very kind of epistemic, very kind of I wish perspective. And I feel that as a result of that, it fits in very much with this Fool, head in the clouds. Some of you guys have a dream with the Fool. The Fool can mean to, you know, I want to follow my heart. So some of you guys want to take a risk, but I feel that with the Tower card, it could be that you go for it, because both cards can also mean to make a move. When you get the Tower, it means something moves. There's a major shift. It could mean on a dream here, on an opportunity, there could be a major shift. So it might mean instead that, yes, you've got a dream here, not doing anything so much about it, but the focus for the month will be, well, how do I approach this? I want to take a leap of faith, and with the Tower, maybe I've got to take action on this, because the Tower is very much an active card. Usually, though, the Tower, the only thing that concerns me in a way about that explanation is the Tower shows things that come in out of the blue. So that, you know, when you get a Tower card, it literally means that something that you had based your hopes and dreams on have been blown apart. And usually it's the, you know, it's through either, if it's something that you do in terms of the Tower, if you're the Tower, you can either be angry, or if you're the Tower, it means that there is an epiphany. If you're not the Tower, and the Tower is an external situation, it means externally something breaks something apart. And we've got a Fool card here that has the desire to follow its own dream. But with the Tower, I feel that a dream is broken. I feel that there is the breaking apart of a dream here, personally, for me. Because I see you guys doing that. There's a lot of kind of wishy-washy energy, I feel, for some of you Cancerians in the month of May 2017, especially with those two cards. They're not active energies. They're both very passive. Star and Seven of Cups are both very passive energies, and I see a lot of passivity happening here. It could be as a result of that. The focus is on how you make something happen with those cards. It could also mean, well, because the Fool card seeks to take a leap of faith and doesn't really know what it's doing, it might mean with the Tower card that something comes in and kind of rocks that. So there's an epiphany or a realisation around what it is that you are looking to move into. This is because the root issue for the month, the thing that you're going to be dealing with for the month also, is this Knight of Cups. And let's see what we get with the Knight of Cups. Well, there is an offer for you guys to move forward because you've got the Knight of Cups and the Chariot, all right? So it could be that there is an offer, Knight of Cups, to move forward or to travel, Chariot. Could also be that a proposal has brought great success, but I would read this probably as an offer to move forward or to travel. And as a result of that, you're looking at death. Death and the Seven of Wands. All right, so you've got death, change, but the Seven of Wands represents to fight or to reject. So I feel that some of you guys, there is, as a result of this, an offer for some of you guys to move forward, to experience success. But I do feel that as a result of that, this big change, I think with the Seven of Wands, you're defying change or you're fighting change or something like that, because the Seven of Wands means to fight and it means to reject. And the Death card means change. And I feel that because you've got death riding towards that Seven of Wands, it's almost like Seven of Wands is rebuking it, or you're fighting off some form of a change. Why is that though? Because your challenge is the Ten of Wands. And let's get what we get with the Ten of Wands. The Four of Swords shows up here. I feel that this, you know, ending that's coming in, the Ten of Wands, remember tens represent endings. I feel that there is, you know, the need to kind of, you know, it's funny because the Ten of Wands can mean pressure. And with the Four of Swords, for me, this means release from pressure. Because the Four of Swords is a card about healing and recovery. So it could be recovery from some sort of, you know, hard work. Your challenge is this recovery from hard work. All right, or from something that was quite stressful, all right? But it's really weird because I'm trying to match this together, that some of you guys may be getting an offer, Knight of Cups, you might have already had it, and this is to move forward. And as a result of that, you've got a massive change, but with the Seven of Wands, I feel that you almost reject that, or you fight it, or you know, rebuke it. And that's because, for some reason, there are many things that you are dealing with. With the Four of Swords, there's a chance to kind of release that tension. Why is it that you don't want this release, though? Because it doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't want to take this. Maybe there are many things that you're dealing with, and it means that you'd have to let go. So maybe you'd need to let go of something that you've been working on, or something that you're used to handling. Maybe you're the person here who's responsible. Maybe the Ten of Wands is saying, well, you've got a lot of responsibilities, and maybe that means that you would have to let those go. Or you'd have to release those responsibilities to someone else. Maybe that's why, you know, here, the change is you're fighting them. It just seems to me that you've been offered something here to move forward. It involves, therefore, a big change, but you seem to be against this change, the Seven of Wands here. And it could be because the challenge is you're used to having a lot of stuff, or you're doing many, many things, and you don't really want to release that responsibility that you have. Therefore, within the first 2 weeks, there is a worry here. We're going to get this card that comes with the Nine of Swords energy. Well, you're worried about judgment. You're worried about having to make a judgment. You're worried about taking action. You're worried about rebirth. You're worried about changes with the Judgment card. Because the Nine of Swords means to worry. And we know that judgment means many things. It means a change, usually. It means rebirth. It means, you know, I feel that in a way, it's really weird when we look at this reading, Cancerians. But if you look at the tarot and you look at the synergy between some of these cards, it's very, very interesting. Right, so let's go back to the challenge position and what it is that some of you guys don't want to let go of. You don't want to let go of this Ten of Wands. So you've been dealing with shit. All right, and I feel that the Four of Swords is demanding that you face up to something here. Because when you get the Ten of Wands, also this card can mean that you are hiding behind something. So this is also the card of concealment. And it's almost like with the Four of Swords, you're going to have to let down that mask. Okay, so you're going to have to kind of expose yourself. So I feel that this is more about it. The challenge is exposing yourself. Because this Ten of Wands is concealing oneself, and the Four of Swords is letting go. So the Four of Swords is kind of like, let it all go, just relax, just release. It's releasing this, you know, concealment. So it's almost letting go of the mask. And I feel that some of you guys are afraid of being exposed around a situation, okay? You have a lot of dreams here, but it's almost like it's safer just to dream rather than to act. Okay, let's go back to the reading again. This fall in the Tower in the centre that's bothering me a little bit. All right. Let's go back and I'll tell you my thoughts again before we get the other cards. It was turning out to be an extraordinarily interesting reading, I think, for the month, Cancerians. We've got passive energies showing in the you now position. This shows, I feel, Cancerians being extraordinarily passive. You know, you've got dreams, you've got hopes and all the rest of it, but the Star is also something that can be out of reach, and so can the Seven of Cups. So we can look at the synergy perhaps between these cards and say, you guys might be feeling that something is out of reach. You might have a lot of dreams, a lot of aspirations. The Star card means to feel, you know, to have aspirations, to feel inspired. You might be feeling very inspired about certain dreams that you've got, that type of thing. And as a result of that, the Fool card says, well, maybe you want to follow this dream, all right? And following a dream requires possibly a huge move, a huge sacrifice maybe with this Tower energy. So I do feel that you've got a lot of dreams, Seven of Cups, Star. You might be feeling something's out of reach, but you've still got a lot of aspirations that you guys are kind of thinking of, and you're doing a lot of visualization around these things in the month of May 2017. As a result of that, this Fool card says to me that you want to follow this dream, you want to follow this passion, but it requires, with the Tower for me, a sacrifice. It requires a major shake-up. Because the root issue is you have been made an offer, Knight of Cups, to travel or to move forward with the Chariot. And as a result of that, this big change, it might be with this Seven of Swords, you're kind of uncertain. Because the Seven of Wands, is one of those cards, stop cards that says stop. It's like Hangman. It's like, yeah, I want to do it, but hang on, stop. Because this is the card of rejection. So there's a big change, but I feel that there is the need to almost, with this Seven of Wands, revise that change. Because it requires, the challenge is that perhaps you guys have been, you got dreams here, but it's all very passive with that Star and the Seven of Cups. And your challenge is, well, because in that passiveness, it might feel safe. Because the focus for the month is, I want to follow this dream, but it's going to require, with this Tower, possibly action. Or it's going to require, with the Tower, exposure. Or it's going to require, with the Tower, that, you know, there's a major shake-up of my life. And perhaps this shake-up is around this challenge that you have, that you've been so used with the Ten of Wands. Even though the Ten of Wands is not often seen as a passive card, for me it certainly can be, because this person hides behind something. These wands, they're like a protection device. And with the Four of Swords, you're going to have to release that. So I feel that your challenge might be exposure, or coming out of some form of a comfort zone that some of you guys might not want to come out of, Cancerians. And therefore, that's why the worry seems to be the Nine of Swords. Mentally worrying, sleepless nights over this judgment, over the call to action. Because you know that there is a call to action. This person worries, not just because there's rebirth and that they're going to have to take a leap of faith, and that this Judgment card is also a card that says, you know what, you're being given a wake-up call here. It's an awakening, and you're worried about that because you're worried about the change. Judgment is also a card that signifies change. But usually with Judgment, it's not so much a change that is, you know, this card can often mean, you know, a renewal. People from the past, or seeing people again, or talking to people again. It's Judgment, it's a resurrection. But in this case, it's more, because we can attribute this to, where do we attribute it to? Well, we attribute it to the Star and the Seven of Cups, passive energies, daydreaming, things out of your control in a way, lots of aspiration and inspiration and ideas, but not particularly acting on it. And knowing that if this is going to become a reality, the Fool is the card that says, I want to pursue this. So now we take the Star and the Seven of Cups into that place of reality where you need to take that action, but it requires a sacrifice. It requires action with that, with the Tower. Both cards are action cards. Fool is an action card and Tower is, but Tower is the stronger of the two, because Tower will get you off your ass. Whether you do it or whether the universe does it, the Tower breaks apart. And that's why, you know, we can see offer, perhaps travel, movement forward. However, this change, you seem to defy it. Death and the Seven of Wands, because it requires you to let down your guard. Ten of Wands is the guard. Four of Swords means to relinquish it for me. And therefore, you are worried. And you're worried because you need, with the Judgment card, to pay attention. This thing will not go away. You know it's something you've probably got to do, because the Judgment card is saying to you, this is what you've got to do. When you get Judgment, it is an awakening. It always is, pretty much, within the tarot. Besides it being about, you know, people from the past or renewal or resurrection, it also talks about intrinsically being an awakening within the soul, within the self, okay? These people here are dormant. Now, we can attribute these people here who are arisen by this trumpet. If you thought about the trumpet as being the tower and the awakened people as being the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords. So the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords in your challenge position is saying, I feel for some of you guys, you know, you're worried, or you know, your challenge is exposure. Because for me, the Ten of Wands is the card that says, I conceal, and Four of Swords says, I relax. So it's kind of taking down the mask. And I think that you guys are worried about that. Could be you're worried about exposing yourself with the Judgment card. It could be that you're worried because you know that there's something that you've got to do. There's a wake-up call and you don't really want to pay attention to that. If you look at the two cards together, the tarot interaction, that person on the Nine of Swords is got their head in their hands and they won't look at Judgment. They're not looking at the noise. They're trying to ignore the noise. They're trying to ignore everything. So, you know, the most likely outcome within the first 2 weeks of May, Cancerians, is you lot are trying to ignore something that's right there in front of your face. Change is knocking at your door for some of you guys, but you're trying to ignore it. You're ignoring Judgment. You're ignoring the change. You're ignoring the call to action. The call to action is here. Knight of Cups, Chariot. Somebody is proposing. Somebody is saying, come travel. Come change. Come and move forward. Advance yourself. And you're like, okay, yeah, well, yeah, maybe we could consider this because you've got death, big change. But Seven of Wands for me is like, oh, geez, I don't really want this. But it could also be death to the Seven of Wands. Death to but Seven of Wands is about defending yourself. And it wouldn't really work out for me because where are you defending yourself against anybody else in here? I can't see it. So for me, this is actually saying as a result of this, you've got the death to, you know, and we could read it in another way as well, I suppose, looking here. The other way I would probably look at this is say, you know, as having a chance to move forward, it could mean death to having to deal with shit or deal with other people's problems or deal with, you know, a problem with co-workers or friends or whatever it is. And your challenge or the help might be that if you've been struggling with others, Ten of Wands, it means, you know, a break from struggle. Four of Swords is a break, Ten of Wands is struggle. So it could mean for some of you guys that there is a break from this. However, why do we have you guys worrying? Because this is a really important part. You're worrying about Judgment. Maybe you're worried about being judged by others. Maybe you're worried about kind of doing this thing. So for some of you guys, I think it can go two ways. Some of you guys might be fighting change. And some of you guys might be worried by what other people say about a change that's coming in. That's the way I would read it for the, you know, the two places. Because, we, you know, the tarot is multifaceted. So we can always interpret cards in many, many ways, Cancerians. The immediate future shows this Nine of Cups, happiness. Self-satisfaction. Let me just think about this combination. You know, it could be for some of you guys, you know, you've got this High Priestess here. And it might be feeling that, you know, you're relieved. Nine of Cups can also mean to be relieved. That maybe there's a little bit of a waiting time on this situation. Because the High Priestess means very slow changes. So even though there's something that seems to have come in, some of you guys, especially if you are fighting change, it might be that this thing you've been offered or this proposal to do something, it's not to take effect in May. It doesn't take effect immediately. It might mean that it's a very, very slow change. So I feel some of you guys might be feeling happy with the Nine of Cups, that you've got a bit of time on your hands to really think about this thing. Because you've got this Queen of Cups showing up in the influences coming in, Cancerians. And let's get a card with her. Oh. Well, you've got this Five of Swords behind your back. What you're experiencing is this. So Queen of Cups is often intuitiveness. So maybe you'll experience intuition that there's going to be a challenge, okay? Especially, you know, we could really look deep into this reading and say, you know, let's go back. I know that I'm always going over it, but this is the way that I work as a reader, yeah? It's a story that's quite involved, I feel, for some of you guys, if you recognise it. And it might just be the other way that we've said it, the second way. And I'll tell you why. Some of you guys, yes, passive energies, dreams, aspirations, hopes, but taking very little action. But you've got something here that you're working towards or you're thinking about in the month of May 2017, Cancerians. As a result of that, you want to follow this, but it would mean Tower, the breakup. It might mean that some of you guys, if you follow a new path, it could be a breakup of a relationship, a breakup of a job, a breakup of something, but it requires a sacrifice. And therefore, the reason, the root issue that you're dealing with for the month is that you've been offered a chance to move forward with the Chariot. Now, this could mean, as a result of that, that there is an ending to some problems that you've been having with the Seven of Wands energy. And the help now could be that this Ten of Wands is saying, whatever it is that you've been battling prior to this particular offer, you have a break from it with the Four of Swords. However, you're worrying. The best case scenario is that you are worrying about a judgment possibly being placed on you, because judgment doesn't just mean rebirth, renewal, call to action. It also means when other people judge us as well. So it might be some of you guys are still worrying about a judgment. This must mean that if you guys are worrying about this thing, you've had the offer. Remember, the root issue is this Knight of Cups and the Chariot. For me, this is an offer to move forward. This is the root. This is the basis for the month. What's happening? But the crowning area, the best case scenario within the first 2 weeks of May is that the most likely outcome is that you're going to be worried that a judgment is going to be levelled against you. Why is that? Because perhaps this chance to move forward means that you can end any bullshit that some of you guys might be going through. And therefore, what could be helping you is that all of this struggle here that you've been enduring, you'll have a break on it. However, you seem to be happy with the High Priestess. The High Priestess can mean a secret that's not yet revealed. The Nine of Cups can mean, you know, some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling smug. You're not saying something to a particular person here or people. I get the impression for some of you guys, it might mean that it might be a case of that before May, some of you guys might have been going through some real fucked up business with a certain amount of people, and you've now got the chance in May to get the hell out of it. Okay, it might be that you're feeling quite smug because you hold a secret here with the High Priestess. High Priestess is often read as a Pisces, but she can also be seen as a Cancer and a Scorpio energy. So some of you guys might be feeling quite smug that you've got a secret here, okay, that nobody else knows except for you. So there's a sense of feeling smug, like, you know, you can pick on me all you want, or, you know, you can carry on, you know, causing problems for me, but you know what? I've actually had an offer of something else, so fuck you. That type of thing. What you're going to experience, I feel, is people who are trying to hurt you still, for some of you guys. Because you've got this Queen of Cups, this is you, Cancer energy, is a Queen of Cups energy, okay? And you've got the Five of Swords right behind your back. So you might be experiencing people who are still chatting you, or people who are still gossiping about you, Cancer, or people who are still jealous of you, or people who are trying to, you know, bring you down still, because it's behind the back. Usually when if you look at the tarot interaction, you can see that you guys are sitting here and there's people behind you here causing a lot of trouble. So people are still trying to cause you some problems here, which is why I feel that, you know, the immediate future, the second 2 weeks, you guys are happily holding a secret here. You're not saying anything, I think, for some of you guys, of some form of change that's coming in. I do feel, though, that you guys are still going to be experiencing, and I think this area here, the influence is coming in, where there's you, the Queen of Cups, and people behind you, Five of Swords, are causing some shit who really still want to take you down. I think that this could be in relation to the recent past situation in May, where there's an ending to problems with people here, having to fight against people. And I also feel that this area here relates to the help position, that any type of struggle you've been having, there'll be a break on that. You might still be worrying about people's judgments on you, and this probably fits in here, that you're going to still experience some form of problems here. Personally, I think there might be some jealousy around some of you Cancerians in the month of May 2017, but it's quite complex because I think that you are now looking to go for something else. Okay, there's a dream going on here, and you are pursuing this. All right, pursuit of this dream means that there is a breakup of, you know, whatever it is that's been standing for a long time. What do we get with the Magician in terms of hopes or fears? Okay, 2 majors again. Okay. Oh, one of my videos is playing that I was editing in the back. I thought I could hear something there. Let me just turn that off. That's so weird. That was still editing. I feel that your fears will be that plans, the Magician can also be the card of planning, will need some revision with the Hermit card. Okay? Because when you get the crowning area of the Nine of Swords, when you get the crowning area of the Nine of Swords, this is to worry. And it's worried about, so you're worrying about some sort of judgment or rebirth or change going on in your life. But in the second 2 weeks, you're quite happy with this High Priestess. You're happy to conceal something from people here. And that's because what you'll experience is jealousy. So what you'll experience coming in is you guys here, Queen of Cups. But there seems to be some jealousy, maybe over your skills, over your talents, that type of thing. So your fear might be, and we've got to look at the crowning area here. You'll seem to be worried over a judgment being levied against you or over some form of change happening within your life. And that's why it seems to me that your fear is that the Magician and the Hermit, for me this is, I'm not reading this as 2 people, even though they do look like 2 people, but it could also be this new beginning with the Magician, or the life that you want to create needs revision. And why is that? Because we're going to have a look at what the outcome card is. We're going to put all this reading together anyway for you, Cancerians. But the outcome is Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay. I think that your knowledge helps you to assert yourself with this King of Swords energy, because they're sister and brother. And if you look at the Queen of Swords energy, the Queen of Swords is all about logic and rationale, but it's all about finding that intelligence and finding a conclusion to a situation. This is the decision card. When you get a Queen of Swords, it also represents somebody who has a decision to make. It's representative of the zodiac sign of Libra, the sign of fairness and balance. So I feel that you guys make a decision just to mentally assert yourself in this situation, okay? I feel that you decide to go for something here. I get the impression that you guys might be worried about somebody or something trying to hold you back. Maybe some jealousy on something here happening. I'm getting with this reading, Cancerians. We're going to go through the reading again anyway, very quickly, before we wrap up. It's a very intricate reading I found this month. I think that you make a decision with these 3 cards. In the outcome, Queen of Swords, make a decision. King of Swords, to be assertive, to assert your confidence with the Queen of Wands, okay? So I feel that you're standing in your power by the end of the month. We'll go through the reading again. Whatever, as I say, these readings, they're general, obviously. So whatever pertains to you, it pertains to you, Cancerians, okay? It doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean it has to be love or work or anything. It can be anything. What you need to do is you need to recognise that, you know, you've got to stand in your own power and not allow people to do that for you. The root issue for the month that you're dealing with is an offer. There might be an offer or a proposal to move forward, I feel, with these 2 cards, Knight of Cups and the Chariot. You guys, the external factors show that you've got a lot of dreams, okay? There's a lot of kind of wishful thinking, things on a cloud. You've got a lot of aspirations here. And because the root issue is that you've been made an offer, possibly with the Chariot, to experience this, in the centre of the reading, in order to pursue this, it means making a sacrifice, probably, a breaking up of a family, maybe friendship, relationship, whatever that card might, the case might be with the Tower. Also, maybe wanting to pursue this area with the Tower card, it could cause disruption. All right, so pursuit of this in the present, the focus of the month is pursuing a dream with the Fool card. Creates disruption, probably with the Tower, creates chaos. Because this offer to move forward here would mean an ending, I feel, death, to the Seven of Wands arguments. But it could also mean that this change encourages anger and fighting, okay, with this Seven of Wands energy here. And what your challenge is this Ten of Wands here. A lot of burdens here that perhaps you want to take a rest from with the Four of Swords. So we're already seeing that something here is, it depends on how you see clarifiers, all right, or how you see the pairing cards. But I certainly think here, you guys got your aspirations. And your dreams are actually coming true, because you've got a chance here to go and experience that. It does mean that the focus for the month will be pursuing a dream, but it comes at a cost. Arguments probably with that Tower card. Okay, a major shake-up will be involved here. And as a result of this offer, perhaps with the Death card, it brings in a major change, but somebody is against this change here with the Seven of Wands. Your challenge is perhaps fighting, or perhaps you want a release of this tension. But the best case scenario, the most likely outcome is some of you guys in the first 2 weeks are going to be upset, possibly because you feel that you're being judged, or a judgment's being levied against you. Because I get the impression some of you guys have been made an offer in May, and you really want to go for it, but I get the impression somebody doesn't want to see you happy, or they don't approve of something here. The immediate future shows the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups could be, well, you're happy. You're happy because this thing might be taking time to kind of, come to fruition. The High Priestess often means small changes, in which what you experience is you guys here, and perhaps jealousy or arguments or back-bitching or that type of thing around you. Your fears will be, and also, please remember this Five of Swords. This person doesn't give a shit. So this person will take you down to flaming Chinatown, I'm telling you. They'll drag your ass down there and they won't give a fuck. That's what Five of Swords people does. That's what they do. This person, you see you guys here, you're sat here serenely, quietly with this Queen of Cups energy. You're minding your own business, you're doing your own thing. And then you've got this bitch, Five of Swords, coming up to you and trying to take you down. Trying to drag your ass down to Chinatown, man. They're trying to drag your ass down. They don't give a shit. So you probably got something on here that's saying, you know what, actually I'm going to try and play on your emotions. Because the Five of Swords are the type of people that will take advantage of a Queen of Cups emotionally. So you might have somebody who's trying to manipulate or sabotage you by the words that they say. And that's why it might be the case of that you are, your plans and this new beginnings, it might be with the Hermit card. You're revising those things, because it could be what you've experienced is somebody who's trying to make you feel that you're not good enough to do something here, all right? Because all month you've been, I can see that a chance is being given to some of you guys. Sorry about that, I keep itching my side boob and shit. Not good on camera. Yeah, I can see all month that there's something here that you guys are being given, and it's a great chance. But it just seems to me that there might be certain people who are against this, and they will take their chances. And they will use it as a chance to, take your ass down. They'll do it, this one, trying to manipulate you. Trying to make you feel that you're not good enough. Trying to emotionally manipulate you with this Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords. And that's what you might be revising and saying, well, am I actually really good to take this chance? Because people are bringing me down. It could be friends. I think it might be friends or close family members, or it might be some workmates that really don't have your best interests at heart, Cancerians. But in the outcome, what you'll find is you're going to get hard ass. And I mean you're going to get hard ass. Because Queen of Swords is hard ass. End of story. Queen of Swords makes a decision. And that is to assert. King of Swords means to mentally assert. her confidence. Queen of Wands is a confidence card. Okay, so in the end, you kind of drag yourself out of this thing. There are people around you, I feel, within the month of May, Cancerian, that want to drag your ass down to Chinatown, man. They want to drag you down there. And I don't give a shit. They'll drag you by the hair. They'll drag you by anything. I'm not saying it's physical, but you understand. They'll try and drag you down and they'll try and say, you ain't good enough to do this. But really, what they're saying is they're not good enough to do it. And that what they're saying is, well, if you get ahead, because you've got a chance to move ahead here. Okay? And you're worried about being judged for this. Because you know that the focus for the month is if you pursue this, it means a huge shift happening here with the Tower card. And people don't want this, right? This change, yeah, you're having to defend yourself probably over that. Yeah, your challenge is that you just want this stress probably to be over with the Four of Swords. Okay? These people want to drag your ass down to Chinatown. They don't give a shit. They just want to take you down. And they'll take anything and do anything to make sure that you don't rise up to where you need to be. But in the end, you just say, you know what, actually, I'm the Queen of Swords. And I do what I like. And because I'm the Queen of Swords, I know exactly how I feel. Exactly how I think with the King of Swords energy. And I'm going to show you with the Queen of Wands. You know, because I'm confident. I can do this. So I think by the end of May, you guys really are in a very powerful position. Oh yeah, there's people there that want to kind of bring you down and take you down. But you're not having any of it, Cancerians. Any of it at all. None of it. None of it at all. None of it. These people, whoever this person is that wants to take you down, they want to take you down for their own benefit. Because that's what Five of Swords people do. It's usually because their own self, you know, interest. But you've got the game at the end. You really do. It's a brilliant month. Looks quite intricate for some of you guys. Might have been going on before that and into the month of May. But I think that you kind of get things on an even track by the end of it. Let's get your angel answers. Let's get your advice card for this reading, Cancerians. I'm sorry the reading again. I don't mean to make the reading so long, but they just end up being that way, I'm afraid. Sorry. Universe Spirit, show me. What is the advice that you have for Cancerians in the month of May 2017. What is the advice that you have for Cancerians in the month of April 2017? Show me. It says ask your angels. So if you do run into any fear or any negativity, just take it to the angels. Just take it to the angels, okay? Just take it to the angels. I just pulled two more cards. It says ask your angels. Within the next few weeks, there'll be forgiveness. So I feel that at the end of the day, if there's any bitchiness or jealousy around you, which I imagine that there is, because sometimes people are like this. Sometimes when you're going far in life, Cancer, people don't want you to go far because they're thinking about their own failures. The only reason people want to hold you back, Cancer, is because they're not doing too good. They've either got huge egos or they don't feel much about themselves. So really the best thing to do is if you're proposed something, if you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. Okay? Put yourself first. You've only got one life. Okay? Yep, see? You've got, ask your angels, pull another card. Ask your angels, within the next few weeks, there will be forgiveness and a peaceful resolution. Don't let anyone drag your ass down to Chinatown, man. Don't let anyone do that, okay? Don't. Because they're doing it because of their own self-interest. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something, Cancerians, because you can. You got any issues, take it to the angels, take it to God, because they're the only people who can really help you, okay? Don't worry about it, you'll be fine. Alright, that's your reading, Cancerians, for the month of May 2017. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys really, really soon. Well, yeah, June. Take care, bye-bye.